YouTube, what's the deal?
It's time to get real with Jahira. It's time to get real with Jahira.
YouTube, what's the deal?
What's the deal? One love.
YouTube, what's the deal? It's your girl Jahira, and I am back, joined by my illustriously handsome and ridiculously talented son, Shawnee.
Talented by what?
Hey everybody.
Making his debut on this side of the fence. Some of my subtastics who are also my sister's loves may have seen him over there for Tea Tuesdays, but now he's visiting my channel because there's something that I wanted to bring with y'all, and it was one of those topics that I really couldn't do on my own. I realized that something like this is a bit of a deviation from what you normally see here on Jahira's Mission, but I really wanted to bring something to y'all's attention and kind of put a question out there. So Shawnee and I were sitting here just a couple of minutes ago and ended up, yes, along with Jateria, shouts to Jateria and her lack of desire to be on camera at the moment. And we were perusing through gossip.com and came across a video that I really wanted to talk to y'all about. Essentially, this video, well, I'll give you the actual title right now. It says, End of Days. This accumulated recent news footage of UFO evidence is undeniable. And what you're seeing, people, or what you will be seeing, because as you know, of course I'm going to be including the link below, will be about a 12-minute long video of pretty much what it says, a compilation of purported UFO sightings that have occurred all over the world. I believe we saw areas like China, Russia, Norway, Mexico, and the US over, I would say, a 3 or 4 year period. Something along those, stemming back to maybe 2009. Okay, there we go, 2009. See, he be knowing. And it's not the kind of thing I ever thought that I would talk about here. I'm gonna be really honest with y'all. It's not, but I don't know. What was your reaction when you saw the video that we just watched?
Like, well, from the first viewing, I was like, okay, UFO, I'm thinking it's going to be something really small, nothing that would really shock me, but as it like really gets to going on, I just was like, okay, now that's freaky. And how do you really explain certain things? I just was really in awe, almost like, whoa, like this, you know, what is this? How is the government going to explain this, or if they're even going to even try? I was just like, okay.
Right, can you even offer an explanation to something like this? And I'll be honest with y'all, for me, I mean, if I were to see the footage of the different videos, maybe individually, maybe I wouldn't think that much about it. But to see them all together, and once again, we're talking about maybe a 2 or 3 year span in different areas, viewed by different people, recorded on different devices, everything from, you know, newscast to cell phone cameras to everything of that nature. I think it's getting more and more difficult to justify some of what we've been seeing. Now, as far as where I stand on UFOs in general, personally, I've always thought it was kind of ridiculous to assume that we are the only entities existing in such a vast universe. This is, again, and that's just my opinion. What was your opinion of UFOs or aliens or things of that nature prior to seeing this video?
Like, prior to it, I kind of like thought, okay, maybe there's pretty much no real evidence. Okay, and there's like, okay, well, am I crazy to believe that, you know? But then again, I don't believe that in all, 9 planets they discovered?
Yes.
Outside of ours?
Yes.
This is the only one that they have like any form of life. And what you have to get into so much of like the ideas and like the sci-fi movies, it has to come from somewhere. No, it's just that no one just pulled it out of their ass.
Right.
So And it was like another level. I was kind of like, okay, well, maybe the question I was like, maybe there is, but we'll never come really that close to contact that we'll actually be able to find out. And this is kind of like,
And now, having seen this video, has your stance changed? Does it reinforce what you already believed, or is it challenging what you believed?
it's pretty much it pretty much. I'm shifting almost out there like, if the next. I think I'm gonna buy me a pistol or something just in case they decide to run. I'm just gonna say that, cause it's like it really like made me feel like I'm going to like, I might wake up one morning and ET's in my backyard, and I don't know if he's gonna be friendly, but
And if ET could make all the way from a different galaxy to your backyard, do you feel like you'll be safer with a pistol?
it's better than nothing.
Okay, my baby's not going down without a fight. And I realize that we're kind of being facetious and being silly about it, but I really would like for all of my subtastics to check out this video. It's 12 minutes out of your day, but again, it's not something that you're going to regret. Because it's either going to challenge what you believe or reinforce what you believe. And frankly, if you don't believe in UFOs at all, and or you know what I'm saying, or life in outer space, and watch this video and still don't believe, I would love to hear about it, because this sort of thing, it's just too many incidences, in too compacted a span of time all over the world for me. And I mean, again, this is being covered on Fox News, but ABC News and other news, like really reputable news stations, aside from one that I just mentioned, and the people are talking about this. And on the note of people talking about this, we also ended up seeing a follow-up video, which I will also include the link to below, where Minister Louis Farrakhan, whom you may know as the point person in the Nation of Islam, the central socio-political figure representing the Nation of Islam. He was also the creator and organizer of the Million Man March. Ever since, it could be argued, the assassination of major civil rights leaders such as Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, he sort of carved his niche into the political, socioeconomical / religious arena as being who he is. He was interviewed by I couldn't tell you exactly who it's by. It is a Spanish-speaking network. And in that interview, he is stating that, we're coming closer and closer to a time when, the existence of extraterrestrials and, life forms from outer space is no longer going to be able to be denied, because it's right there in people's faces. When massive amounts of people are all looking at the same thing, it's becoming more and more difficult for a government, any government, to stand up and say, well, you're just seeing things, or it's just gas, or it's just, things of that nature.
But I was like,
please,
touching on the first video with they actually have a telephone call of with someone who was
a former employee at Area 51,
and just like some of the stuff he really talks about, if that has to be combined with everything else, the most compelling argument that it's something really exists. The man sounds very frantic, and then it kind of explains like with a lot of freak activity that's been having like these natural disasters that he even says back then. I think it was dated a few years back before now that they said it would happen, and now with this statement just in the past year, we've had like more natural disasters that's just been great and unexplainably large on a large scale, and it's like, so it lets me to believe that there has to be, if not completely, what I'm looking for, related to the UFOs, it has to, there has to be some relevance to what he's talking about, being that it's just too much of a wide scale to not be some sort of truth to this. And I really wanted to see like something where, how will the government really approach this situation, because it's getting to be something where,
or will they approach it?
what we're gonna do. Just yeah.
I mean, listen, and you know, let me backtrack a little bit because what I want to piggyback off of what my baby said. In terms of natural disasters. Now I'm about to date the hell out of myself, people. So just bear with me. The very first, you know, anything that could be construed as a natural disaster or caused any kind of damage that I can recall in my lifetime was Hurricane Gloria, and that was really like it had to have been before '85, like the '85 to '86, you know, general area of time. And then I remember, of course, Hurricane Andrew, which definitely caused some devastation. But I do feel as though we've never seen so much widespread hysteria in regards to the aftermath of natural disasters that really the past 10 or even 5 years have shown us. You know, and with that being said, and in terms of what we were just saying about the government, you know, and again, this is just my opinion, but we're still, in my eyes, we are living in a time where we were looking for Osama bin Laden. Bin Laden had yet to be found. So we went to Iraq to search for weapons of mass destruction. We found none, but we did find Saddam Hussein. And for me, it just, I feel as though our government has a certain fondness for performing sleight of hand and diverting attention from the issue right in front of our face to, but wait, there's more over here, and everybody turns their, you know what I mean? It's that for me. So I don't know whether we're ever going to see, you know, a national announcement from, you know, the arguably the greatest country in the world. But I do know that this is one video that made me think, really think, and I'm curious to know what y'all think.
Yeah, because in some part, I think, you know, maybe with the government thinking that it could be a possibility that they don't want people to like freak out and it's, you know, and go into a panic frenzy, like, you know, with so many theories about the world ending and everything else. Just the UFOs would only go further to freak everyone out. But it's like, it's just so much like, okay, how long have you sat on this information without at least making it public knowledge? We should be able to make our own decisions regardless of, you know, how we choose to react to the situation. You know, for so long, I remember hearing of UFOs at least since I was 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, there's always been different sightings and different stories, but everything was pretty much being brought up, oh, it's fictional, or, you know, there's no real substance to it, and they kind of, like, it's loosely talked about. And now there's so much, it's like, okay, well, how do you know, have this much, and none, like, you have disclosed none of this to the public whatsoever?
None at all. So here's the issue, people. Please watch the video. That's all I'm going to ask, and draw your own conclusions from there. I don't want to sway anybody one way or another, but I would like to get a dialogue going. And so with that being said, as always, links will be posted below. Shawnee, anything else you'd like to add?
Just definitely check this out. I definitely had to. I wasn't sure what to believe or what I was gonna think when I saw it, but from the first 5 minutes or so, I had to like, wow. So like, if nothing more, it will definitely make you think. I'm still thinking.
And we might be thinking for a while. So until next time, YouTube, y'all will be seeing me again really soon. Please let us know below what you have to say on this issue after watching the video. It's very easy to sit there and say, it's ridiculous, it's impossible, it could never happen. Watch the video and let us know. Until next time, see you real soon. One love. That's my baby.